morning, Pioneers. My name is Gumo Abrire, and on this week's episode of The Grit, we will be interviewing former assistant coach of our boys basketball program and the current head coach of Johnstown Monroe's boys basketball, Coach Kyle Higgins. Thank you for coming today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So how has it been over the years transitioning from a player to many different coaching positions across schools?
Well, it's been, pretty standard as far as played, finished out in college, and then I actually coached in college for a little bit, and then decided to come back, get my master's degree in education, decided I wanted to coach high school. So started doing that with Anthony Kalo here about probably 7-8 years ago. Coached with him for a few years, and then got the Johnstown job about 3 years ago.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me how the recruiting process goes for young athletes in high school going to basketball and moving up to college?
Yeah, so it's changed quite a bit just because all of the different NIL stuff, and so it's changed a little bit than when I was coaching in college. It was a little bit probably easier because we could really recruit high school kids. Nowadays it's a little bit harder because high school kids are kind of coming after all of the transfer stuff, and so it's changed quite a bit, I think. So for kids today, it's obviously kind of just being really solid in your high school. Winning basketball games is always super helpful for getting recruited. If you're a good player on a good team, that's always helpful for recruitment. And then obviously taking care of your academic stuff too is something that's really important for college coaches as well.
Yes. What drove you to become a successful player, and what made you a good player overall during your career?
Well, I don't know how good I was, but I loved it. I loved to play. I grew up in the west side of Columbus, and so that was kind of what we did all the time, was just play at the park and rec centers and stuff. So my buddies and I, that's kind of how we spent most of our time. So I really fell in love with it then. My grandma would always show me tape of Michael Jordan and stuff, which was hilarious because she was this old Scottish woman, but she loved basketball. So that's kind of how I started. And then as I got older, it became more serious, and thought about maybe sophomore year of high school that maybe I could do this in college. I was fortunate enough to be able to do that. And then obviously that kind of turned into the coaching side of things after the playing days were over. The ball stopped bouncing for me, but hopefully I can just impart the things that I've learned over the years for the kids that I have now. So.
Yeah, what do you think it takes for someone who might start their sport late and still want to achieve college goals?
Yeah, I think it's certainly possible. I think you have to have an extreme work ethic if you want to play at the next level. You have to really be dedicated to your craft, and really a big thing that's changed maybe when I was young is the weight room. That's something that's really important. So if you're later getting into a sport, it's certainly possible, but it just takes an extreme amount of dedication and focus, and just I think being coachable is a big thing too. So the more coachable you are, the more you kind of learn and invest in not only the physical side but the mental side of it. I think the better chance you have.
Yeah, and for someone who's not as tall, especially in the game of basketball, because this sport is definitely carried on height.
Yeah, like you.
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you think it takes for someone who's maybe 6'1" to be able to make it through a lot of levels of basketball?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that go into that. I think athleticism is number one, especially for higher levels of basketball. So Division I, Division II, those are. Division III, honestly, guards, smaller guys are extremely athletic. Usually guys have a really superior skill set in something. Maybe they're extremely good defensively or a really good shooter.
Yeah, we see a lot of 3 and Ds.
Yeah, something like that. Or just kind of a guy that can score the ball really well, can get to the paint a lot. So I think it's dependent upon what your skill set is, but if you're a smaller guy, obviously you have to be crafty and whatnot to get past guys and try to score on guys like you. Or what are you, 6? What are you?
6'6".
6'6", yeah, okay. So I wasn't anywhere near that. So, I think just being crafty, learning how to use angles and things like that. Yeah.
How big of a role does being a former college athlete play in your coaching and your players, especially with experience along the years?
Sure. It's been a long time, so I haven't played in quite some time, but I think it just kind of naturally adds a little level of credibility, when you've played at different levels of basketball. And obviously I've seen a lot of different things now over the years as far as playing and coaching. So experience, I think just going through all the different emotions of what an athlete goes through and the difficulties, the playing, not playing, all that different stuff, winning games, losing games. I think you learn all that stuff going through high school and college. And so the biggest thing is just experience, I think, and being able to help kids through some of those things. And it's just something that I've always loved. And so I think taking that joy and that love and trying to impart it to the younger guys has been fun. So.
Yeah. And you also coached at Malone and Canton almost immediately after graduating. What was it like to coach at the place you played so soon after graduating, and what's like the day in the life of a college coach?
Yeah, I loved it. It was awesome. So it was interesting because a lot of the guys I played with, I was now coaching. And so that was a little bit of adjustment, but I kind of, the way that my coaching style and how I was doing, obviously wasn't going to try to come in and be like an authoritarian. I just wanted to help those guys be the best they could be. And so I was able to learn a lot, obviously, from my head coach, Tim Walker, and and then work in different camps. I worked, Akron's camp and different things, just getting to know people and different styles and just trying to really learn as much as I could. And what was the second part of your question today?
Like, what's the day in the life of a college coach?
Yeah, well, for me, I was doing a lot of film, cutting a lot of film, doing a lot of like more administrative things that aren't as exciting. So making sure we knew where we were going to eat, how far the bus trip was going to be, what time we needed to get through walkthrough, like all those types of things, which is good. But I mostly did a lot of skill development, and film work was probably most of my stuff. And then I got to, which was exciting for me, I got to call all of our like dead ball plays. So my coach trusted me with that, which was fun. And so that was cool to be able to do that in a college game. My first college game ever coaching was against Akron, and that was like a totally different experience than playing. And but it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, what's a dead ball play?
So a dead ball play is just when the ball goes out of bounds or there's a foul, the ball essentially stops and play has stopped, and so there's an opportunity to call a play essentially before play resumes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you manage working from Orange but coaching from a different school that's at least a good 30-minute drive away, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. I mean, it's difficult, no doubt. Trying to balance that, and honestly, the biggest thing too is, I have a daughter and a wife at home, and one on the way. So the biggest thing is balancing family and coaching and teaching and trying to do the best I can in all of those facets. So I wouldn't say I'm perfect at it. I'm still learning. The biggest thing though is trying to manage time. That's something that you have to learn with doing that. And I think the biggest thing is just, it takes time to get to know people and build relationships. So I have a lot of those relationships here because I've been here for 10 years. Johnstown, that's something that we're continuing to grow and build those deep relationships, but it takes time. And so I think it's just one of those things you have to figure it out. You have to do it. It's a lot of driving, and it's a lot of sacrifice for our family and whatnot, but we love it, and we love the community there and love the community here. So it's been great.
Yeah. What is the most important thing you learned from playing that you want to teach your players at Johnstown right now?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say more than the physical, it's the mental approach to what it looks like to be successful as a player, even just as a person. So I think that, so much of what we do as coaches is trying to help build young people. In my case, the 14 young men that I have that I'm coaching every day. And so for me, I think it's more of just what I learned about how, basketball is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to learn and grow, but it is not life. And so for a lot of guys, they put their identity in their performance and whatnot. And so we want to try to say, hey, we love you no matter what, but we want to pursue excellence and we want to pursue integrity. We want to pursue getting better every day. And I think that's something that as I got older, I started to realize. When I was in high school, it was like all about, I want to do this, I want to accomplish this goal and whatnot. And we still have goals, but obviously too, our purposes matter more. So, or as much, I shouldn't say more, but as much, just being, having integrity, what we do, being team-centered, trying to just get better every day and be process-oriented. That's kind of our goal. And that's something I learned in college or I guess as a coach that I'm trying to implement now with our guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for the last question, I'm sure you have one sitting at your desk right now. Tell us how you order your strawberry acai at Starbucks.
All right, man. Listen, if anybody wants to gift me, it is a venti strawberry acai. No water, no inclusions, light ice. You can make fun of me, that's cool, but it's delicious. And I drink probably way too many. That's how I get from point A to point B, honestly. I didn't even know they had caffeine, but they do, and they have a lot of it.
I didn't know either.
I know, right? That's how it started for me. I thought it was just like juice, but it's legitimately like caffeinated. So yeah, that's how I order.
All right, Coach, good luck to you. Are you guys starting postseason soon?
Yeah, we play tomorrow, first round of the playoffs.
So you guys got
Licking Valley, yep, coming to our place. So hopefully get it done.
Good luck to you. That's all for today, Pioneers. Make sure to check out The Grit tomorrow at 11:30, hosted by Alex Ranth and Justice Colvin. Remember to support your Pioneers as winter sports get ready for their postseasons. And as always, roll Nears.